Welcome back to GreyWolf TV. We are continuing more episodes of Person of Interest. So we're on episode 7. Not really an awful lot to report from the last episode, kind of a standalone one. Having to go to the suburbs. But it was thoroughly enjoyable nonetheless. So we're just going to carry straight on today and find out what is in store for us. So let's go. Episode 7.
Mr. Tao, we don't have much time.
You're the boss. Never did figure John here for upper management.
We have a problem, Leon. We have to go take care of another matter, and the Russians still want you dead.
So despite my misgivings about your presence, you have to stay here.
Where is here?
This is Dr. Madeline Enright, the top cardiothoracic and trauma surgeon in the state. She'll be overseeing the development of the suites. Maddie is the kind of doctor that makes the staff here truly stand out.
The kind of doctor who wouldn't find her glasses if they were surgically attached to her face. Now, we don't have all the best toys yet, but with our coronary catheterization process and our 3D angiography C-arm system...
It's fully endoscopic?
You've studied your procedures, Mr.
Rains.
And despite my objections, your procedure has been listed as minor outpatient surgery. My team has been reduced to essential personnel, and the floor is being cleared now.
You sure she was never a combat medic?
I'm not so sure she isn't one now.
So what's the threat besides gun-toting gangs and surgery?
Someone dropped a body in Long Island City, execution style. Think you want to come take a look?
You can't handle it?
Trust me, you want to be here. Let's get your name all over it.
Did you know that according to the American Medical Association, 98,000 people a year die from medical error? Are you watching carefully? Your lovely wife, Amy. The infrared laser belongs to a marksman, and unless you wish to see his skill, you will listen. At approximately 1:15, he expired from a massive internal hemorrhage.
You're crazy. How could I do that?
You'll introduce 100 cc's of the anticoagulant heparin into his system. Instant hemophilia.
I can't. I won't.
If surgery is stopped for any reason, Amy dies.
Why do they want the
matter's not
billionaire
the
dead?
victim after all, Mr. Reese.
No, Finch. They're gonna force her to be the perpetrator.
Yeah, they are.
Might be good to have someone near the doctor. I'll stay here.
I'll handle the park and assess the threat on Amy.
I didn't feel the need to share with others. Check the back.
What does that mean?
I thought you could tell me.
Keep her ethics. Lose her wife.
I'm in Maddie's office, Mr. Reese. With her computer, perhaps I can discover the connection between Velt and Wesley. I was able to decode the live video of Amy in the park that Wesley sent. So as long as Maddie is streaming it here in the hospital, we'll be able to see it too. If I can hack the hospital's inventory and register a shortage of O-negative blood, I could stall the surgery without breaking any of Wesley's rules.
Well, he's done.
Type 3 ballistic body armor. Don't worry, those ribs will heal.
Oh.
Wesley, is it? Alistair Wesley.
No already?
I don't know who you are or what you just did to my associate, but I'd like to buy you a drink, or Amy dies immediately.
See that art fair over there? There's a nice young lady running it. Her name's Amy. I need you to keep an eye on her for a minute.
Someone wants to flatline him, huh?
We have a job that's a perfect fit for a former forensic accountant. Follow the money trail to the hit team and help us stop the plot at its source.
Your special diet man-eater won't let me go anywhere near the keyboard.
On Spawn.
On Spawn? Multilingual mutt, dig it.
And a troop of operatives running recce on the wife. There's always someone close enough to kill her at a moment's notice. So put away the gun and have a drink. You're good on your feet, and you know your way around an asset. Ex-CIA. If you were caught, why didn't I kill the wife?
Because the doctor hasn't broken any of your rules yet.
Exactly. I was expecting everything.
You weren't expecting me.
Dr. Enright, I hate to bother you.
What are you doing in here?
Do you remember me? From earlier today. You may not believe this, but I know your wife, Amy, and I know the predicament that you're in. but I altered the hospital blood records to delay the surgery. In a moment, a nurse will come in here to explain the error. Now listen to me carefully. We can't make Wesley suspicious, but we'll save Amy before you have to make the incision. Maddie has officially gone into the operating room, Mr. Reese. How are things in the park?
My drink with Wesley didn't go so well, but we can count another one of his operatives out.
Applying more suction.
She's injecting the anticoagulant into Velt's IV. Mr. Reese, Maddie's holding it together somehow, but after that injection of heparin, Velt's a time bomb. Any wrong incision at this point.
I hacked into the Velcorp servers using a backdoor in their website and found a proposed multi-million-dollar project for offshore wind farms. Stock activity. I found a series of short sales for Velt stocks trading at an all-time high. So someone's betting that the company fails big. That investor will make a fortune if the stock drops.
For instance, if the CEO underwent a secret surgery and died on the table.
Yes.
Yahtzee.
Everyone, I'm gonna need to take a short break for a few minutes.
Are you all right, Doctor? Do we need to get someone in here to assist with the surgery?
No, that won't be necessary, Liz. Is there nothing more we can do?
I promise you, my associate is close to getting Amy out of danger. Wesley knew the surgery was interrupted in less than a minute.
Yes.
We must have eyes and ears in that hospital somewhere. We don't have a choice, Finch. I'm getting Amy out.
Kojima Tektronix Research Facility. Alarms went off on the clean room floor where they do R&D. Guy got inside, at his exit block, shots fired.
Oh, no.
Down, ambulance is on its way.
Diversion, then extraction.
So you're the extraction, I'm the diversion? What do you need me to do? I didn't excuse you, officer. What? What are you, Kobe? A little respect when I talk.
I'm sorry, sir. I haven't seen anything.
I don't know why you're breaking
Or is this just a...
NYPD? I want some ID right now.
That thing was a gold mine. Private medical form signed by Oliver Velt buried in a trash file. Would you believe that? Who would have known in advance? This whole thing was supposed to be a big secret, right?
Yeah.
Someone in Velt's company with knowledge of the surgery, familiar with its intricacies.
I'm sorry. This isn't my phone.
Amy, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen. I know your wife, Maddie. She's a great surgeon. I know you two love each other, and I know you love pastries from a French bakery on the west side. I can direct you out of the park and keep you off the radar from a lot of bad people, but you need to stay on that phone and listen to me.
There's no signal down here. She can't hear us.
What's going on, Mark?
We don't have much time. I don't know what she's planning, but you have to tell our friend. Whatever it is, it's big, and I can't stop it.
That's why.
I had no choice. This is just the beginning.
And please, don't contact your British friend until you've heard me out.
British friend? What is this?
All the blue pages, the short sales, the fake company, and all that confidential medical information that you shared with Wesley. Look, I have enough on you to send you to prison for a long time. On a good day, I just follow through with that. Today, I'll bargain. All the evidence I have in exchange for your power to call this thing off. The wind farm project. You want that to be a reality.
I don't know what all this is. Is Oliver in danger?
If that's the truth, then you didn't leak news of the surgery.
I'm confused.
Who did?
Yeah.
Everyone, I'm calling this. I want you all to calmly exit the room.
What about the patient, Doctor?
I'm declaring
as you're
myself
told.
unfit to continue this procedure.
Had to do it the hard way, Doctor. Enough games. Calling all units.
Wesley, the target is gone, and she's not on any of the cameras.
Then someone is very, very smart.
Something was off about him. There you go.
Your wife should have listened.
Bugger.
It's you. You made the incision.
No. You're the surgeon, Doctor. I'm just the nurse.
Really?
Or in this case, the backup plan.
She's safe.
Still alive.
Stop. Oh, Harold, we need you. Doink.
Gave him protamine sulfate to coagulate his blood again.
Uh-oh.
But I'm gonna have to restart his heart, and I won't be able to do that from the outside.
Oh, Christ.
Hold the chest open. Okay, yeah, just keep it pulled. Going to clamp this now. Suture it later.
Look at it. It's
Don't
squishy.
It's squishy. Got a pulse.
You did it.
So Velt survived, huh?
Yes,
As long
he
as
did.
he recovers, that stock won't dip an inch. Take that to mind and try to stay out of trouble, Mr. Tao.
For once.
You know I'm not the kind of guy that would let you down.
That's not your phone, Mr. Reese.
I took it off the sniper in the park.
Just had to call and congratulate you on a game well played.
Wasn't a
Game?
Lives were at stake.
After our meeting, I knew you looked familiar. You're John Reese. Our paths have crossed before in Istanbul. Those were the days. International manhunts, drone strikes. Now, sometime we should finish that drink. I'm sure you and I would have a lot to talk about.
You should have brought me in on this if you didn't want me asking questions.
You sure it was Snow?
I saw him fleeing the scene of the crime. Do you know what this is all about, John? And if you did, would you even tell me?
But you already know quite a bit about me, Finch. And you may know we both had people who once cared about us. So I think the real question you have to ask yourself, detective, is how much more do you really want to know?
Do you want to go down that rabbit hole, put yourself and your son at risk? Shit. Okay, episode 7. Really enjoyed that. I managed to work a couple of little bits out for me, but not quite enough in time as they would. I knew something was off with the cop in the park. I thought for a minute Fusco had already sussed, but he was just creating a diversion, but it turned out he was one of them. In situations like that, no matter how many guys he had watching her wife, one of the perfect people to put in completely in the public eye is a cop. You dress someone as a cop, no one questions it. 2 things in particular with parks or major public areas: someone walking a dog or a cop, and no one bats an eyelid. And this guy's taking this as though it's some sort of game. So, was that his money he was gambling with? Or was he paid highly to try to manipulate this situation so that somebody else was the one who made all the money with this, if this billionaire died? Not entirely certain. But I don't think that's the last we see of him either. As well as our little friend, who kind of did help in this episode. He managed to do the legwork, the digital legwork that Harold would normally do, but because he was not where he normally is and was stuck at the hospital, he managed to kind of show up at just the right time. A little bit convenient, but hey, I still enjoyed the episode nonetheless. This Snow business and Reese's former, well, handler, wasn't really his partner, handler. We know that she has got this guy on a string now. What they were doing at that Fujima place, I don't entirely know. She has got something big prepared, but we don't know the intricacies of it yet. And I understand Reese saying, if you go down that rabbit hole, I can't stop you, but this is far more dangerous than just normal police work if you're going to continue to dig. Well done to Harold in this episode, because in his situation I would have probably passed out at that bit when she started opening the guy up and going, "Here, hold this." No. Absolutely not. Couldn't have done that bit. He is completely out of his comfort zone. He managed to pretty much take care of everything that he needed to do without any sort of phobia kicking in today. I thought it was going to kick in at that point, but it didn't. So, I mean, that woman was in a completely impossible situation. There was no positive outcome for her, whichever decision she made, had our guys not been there to be able to intervene. The only part I don't get is the person who handed all this information, the leak about the billionaire and his planned surgery that was supposed to be hidden from shareholders and everything else. It wasn't that guy. So who the hell was it? Or did I completely miss that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Right, we will be back with episode 8 next. If you want to watch this in full length, as always, it will be available over on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And if you're enjoying Person of Interest, by all means, if you haven't subscribed already, hit that sub button, turn your notifications on. I would very much appreciate it. And we'll be back for another one very soon. If you enjoyed the video, guys, please give it a thumbs up. I'll see you for the next installment.